Shalom, all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to say shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who we endure all things for. Shalom to all the Akim, Wa Akwathim, who believe on Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until the bitter end, I say once again, shalom. Like the title says, is Donald Trump's bluff? Is it realistic, or is it actually going to be a catastrophic event to happen later on today in the country known as Iran? And there's so much going on geopolitically. It's hard to cover a lot of things going on, but the main president right now is the fact that Donald Trump said that he's going to completely destroy Iran, whether it's their bridges, whether it's different civilian infrastructures they have. A lot of things are happening, and it's gonna go down tonight. So we're just gonna see whether or not Donald Trump is being realistic in what he's saying, or if he's just having a whole bluff moment. Because we know that these people that are in Congress, those that are in higher power in the United States of America, they happen to be liars. They happen to be deceivers. They're just people that like to talk a good talk, but when things come down to the wire, a lot of them seem to back down from what they say. So I got a few things that I wanna, well, a few articles that got pulled up from the brothers chat and from X, formerly known as Twitter. It's gonna be an interesting day today later on, because about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 5 hours and 30 minutes from now, it's going to be whether bombs are going to be dropped in Iran or not. So we'll see what happens. And we're just hearing about Trump he was ready to just go all out on Easter Sunday, which these Christians and different Catholics happen to want to follow this pagan holiday, which has nothing to do with the Holy Bible. But of course, they'll do anything that goes against the scriptures, and anything that's actually in the scriptures to celebrate, they go completely against it. So right as of right now, it doesn't really matter about what's going on, concerning this world and how they want things to play out. Us as the servants of the Lord, the watchmen, all we care about is seeing prophecies play out and let everything else fall into play, because we don't care about this world. We don't care about the Donald Trumps trying to be seen as glorious and this great, highly aesthetic person. We want to see this whole world crumble before our very eyes, and that's happening right now in real time. And everybody that's watching, just get ready, because anything can happen literally in the near future, and even tonight. But we'll see. See, there's a lot of talks on X. Like it says, breaking: Iranians are forming human chains nationwide on bridges and around critical infrastructure to safeguard their country against U.S. and Israeli strikes. And we can't forget that the Israeli state is responsible for bringing in the United States into this conflict. Benjamin Netanyahu said it himself that over 47 years he's been desiring to take over Iran and to go against Iran. But all the prior presidents of the United States didn't want to go against Iran. They had no interest. But they finally found their perfect person to do their evil bidding, which is Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, he's very heavily referenced within the Epstein files. There's more references of Jeffrey Epstein, not Jeffrey Epstein, but Donald Trump himself, more than who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I believe it's 38,000 times, and the whole of the Epstein files has not been released. So that's heavy. And most of us believe that the reason why this guy went to war, Shalom to Yawanathan, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Brakatah Akia. We believe that since he's in those files, which we believe 100% with confidence, is the reason why he was led into this war. Because Benjamin Netanyahu, Mossad, the CIA, all these various United States quote-unquote agents, they have dirt on Donald Trump. They have a lot of stuff of him messing with kids, sexually assaulting women, children. He's done it all, and it's all within the Epstein files. And Jeffrey Epstein himself said that there's no one worse that he's met, and he's met a lot of evil people, but the worst person he's met is Donald Trump. And this guy's the president of the United States. And best believe he's in there with a whole bunch of horrendous stuff, just like everybody else that got caught in the Epstein files. He's in there and he doesn't want to get exposed. And he's going to do whatever it takes to remain president and to remain in power, because he doesn't want his reputation to be stained. But the thing is, it's already being stained. He's already put the United States in a situation where they're already at war with Iran, and Iran is not backing down. They thought that it would be just like Venezuela. They can capture Maduro, invade the country, use whatever technological advancements that they currently have to capture and to take over that region. Little did they know that Iran, for over 50 years plus, has been anticipating and waiting for the United States, or really any country at that, to come against them. And it's been a while, and they've been finally ready to wreak havoc on you people, man, because you Americans are very prideful. You think you're untouchable. You think that other people in different countries are somehow weak. Shalom to Angel Padilla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Ake. You really think that other countries are just going to allow you to just come in and just do whatever y'all want? Shameful. And the only reason why any other country is fearful of America, at least within the past, was because y'all happened to have bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. They said, oh, we want no part of that. We don't want to fall into being victims of nuclear holocausts. But that thing is going out the window because other nations already have nuclear capabilities. And they're going to pronounce judgment with those same nukes that they have in their countries to come against the United States of America. And it's going to happen in real time, in 4K, 120 frames per second. We're living in that time to see the downfall of one of the worst kingdoms ever to exist. And the Iranians, they're not backing down. They're ready to sweep the floor with all you proud Americans, you soldiers, you complete morons that happen to be in the American military. All you're doing is simply dying for the Israeli state. They don't care about you. They're the fake Jews. If they're happening to be the Jews, then how much more are they faking, man? You know? Things of that nature. They don't care about you Americans. But of course, you know, I remember watching a video, Sneeko, and an American soldier. And this American soldier was all about the preservation of American society and freedoms and liberties and all those kinds of things. And then he said that he doesn't care about what's happening in politics. It has nothing to do with him. Now, on one hand, let me say this. I understand where he's coming from, because if you're a soldier, you're not really supposed to be concerned with those kinds of things. But you should still be in the know, especially right now, where times are more dire, times are more horrendous and more catastrophic, and things are just more at edge. People are not at ease anymore. Now we are actually, and we can all honestly say that World War III is like right here. It's already here, and it's not going anywhere. And he just said, I want to protect the freedoms of the Americans here, and I'm gonna allow anybody to come against our freedoms and all these various things. And it's like, you see, Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu and people within the high power seats in America and the Israeli state, they love people like that. Shalom Sathina Paldro, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah sister. They love people like you. Those that are not in the know, they just go based off what's being said. They don't interfere with geopolitics, what's happening domestically and internationally. They love people like that because you allow them to play out whatever plans that they have going on in their heads. And those that are in wicked rulership right now, they think that they're gonna get the, I guess you can say, the edge of the seat, or like the victory or the win, which is not gonna happen at all. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and his will and his servants are gonna be the ones with the win. Let me see this right here. Another ex-post says, President Trump hints he may use a nuclear weapon against Iran and says the day of reckoning could be tomorrow, where the entire country of Iran could be taken out in one night. Very prideful, very arrogant, thinks he's untouchable. Now, we all know that Benjamin Netanyahu has control of Donald Trump. It's clear as day. Shalom to Hananya, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Brakatah Akia. It's funny how American MAGA Trump supporters really think that this guy is just, he's his own man. He's not being told what to do. He can just do whatever he wants because he's Donald Trump, right? And then this same guy said that he loves those who are not educated. He loves stupid people because they will follow him. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the quotes from one of the presidents is, it could be Lyndon B. Johnson if I'm not mistaken. He said that, what did it say? If you can convince one of the least quote unquote white people that they're better than the average Negro, you can do whatever you want with that population. And that same population that's supporting Donald Trump, they're with him all the way. And what's funny enough is that some of them are starting to see that this guy's the devil. They're starting to see that he's just all talk. He's a warmonger. He has no interest in peace, even though he talked about being the peaceful president. J.D. Vance said he was going to be no more wars, no more turmoils throughout the earth. Shalom to Ariel Yasharala, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Brakatah Akia. It sounds so good because the serpent did a very good job in saying certain things, and then those same things are then the exact opposite of what they said. And that's why the Lord has to put his foot on the wicked of this world, because they're not going to get any better. They're only showing themselves to be serpents, to be the exact opposite of what they say. Evil, wicked, and they're not going to stop. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which is talking about America, the United States. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. America has never been invaded. America has always been like away from the other countries throughout the world. Separate. The country that sits upon many waters. As America, of course, is in the Western Hemisphere, and the majority of the other countries in the world are in the Eastern Hemisphere. It's never touched anything. Nobody's ever invaded. Of course, we can use Pearl Harbor as an example, but it was not a true invasion. A real invasion would include having soldiers foot on the ground from other foreign countries coming against a specific country. And that's never happened here in the United States. And it's gonna happen. Best believe that. And you proud Americans, get ready. Make sure you have all the weaponry you need, because there's gonna be a lot of wars going on. World War III is already here. It's just escalating, and it's not being told that it's World War III. Civil war is on the brink. Huge divide between Democrats and Republicans. It's all over the place. Socially, economically, huge divide between everything. It's getting more expensive. The gas is ridiculously high. They're gonna get touched now. Yeah, they're gonna get touched. And they really believe in their minds that it's America and America's gonna be great. America's gonna come against all the countries that come against her. And they love to use that America is a woman. They wanna symbolize America as a woman, because she is the whore that sits upon many waters, the whore that rides the beasts. The NATO and the EU, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, the UK. America has been riding the beast, but the beast is getting tired of the whore, because all she does is make war with other people. And then the whore, her pimp, which is the Israeli state, is controlling her right now as we speak, and the people can't see it. Now, of course, people do see it, but when we're talking about MAGA, Trump supporters, people that have a strong infatuation with being nationalistic or patriotic, they turn a blind eye to the things that are clearly like war crimes, and they say, nah, it's all in the interest of democracy and bringing freedom to other countries. Yeah, all right, whatever. Whatever you say. And again, Lyndon B. Johnson said, if you can convince the lowest white man or woman that he's better than the next Negro, or just any minority, period, you can control them. And that's exactly the power that Donald Trump has right now. Because he's the king of Babylon. No, really, if you want to really look deeper into it, it's really Benjamin Netanyahu who's been president of America this whole time. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. That's our Redeemer, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. He's not going to meet none of you people as a man. He's going to come back in the most vengeful, full of indignation, righteous anger that the world has never seen and is going to see in due time, because this whole world is not going to stop with all the wickedness, and those that are the elites, they're not going to stop. We're talking about the Rothschilds, the Gettysburgs, people with a lot of authority and power in this world. We're talking about trillionaires. If they really wanted to, they could stop world hunger right now, but they don't want to do that. What is a person doing with $1 billion in their bank accounts? What are you doing with that? Like, what purpose does anybody need $1 trillion for? Except you're poisoning people, you're causing disasters, you're funding wars. And then they have their puppets set up just to do their bidding. Understand that throughout the past 500 years, the Rothschilds have been funding both sides of all the wars, all of them. The American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War. They funded every single war because they are the wicked and they have all the money, and their heart is not even fully like satiated. They want more. They can't stop. And this war with Iran, which was forced upon America because of the Israeli state, is going to be a catastrophic, terrible, horrific war if what goes down at 8 p.m. tonight actually happens. And us as the servants of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we want to see more catastrophes happen upon you people. We actually want more to happen. We desire everything chaotic to actually happen, because you people don't care about nothing. Romans 9:21 through 22. Hath not the potter power over the clay, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Exactly. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the one who enforces what goes on this earth. He made the wicked to do wickedly. He made the righteous to do righteously. And who are the righteous? The only righteous, that are the servants, the watchmen. That includes men, women, and children of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Those are the true righteous people. Everybody else in this world, they are left in darkness. We understand that. Because billions upon billions of people in these last days are going to fall victim to their own demise because they wanted to follow the ways of this world, including our people. You Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are in fact the Israelites. And if you want to follow the ways of your oppressor, go right ahead. We're not going to stop you. Ain't nobody going to stop you. We're just delivering the message that the servants of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai have been saying for decades now. And in the ancient world, that there will be catastrophic events that is going to be so terrible, you wish you can kill yourself. But the Lord is not going to allow you to do that. He's going to want you to go through all the calamities and disasters that he's bringing upon this earth. Verse 22, what if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffered the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had aforetime prepared unto glory. And there's a predestined, guaranteed group of people that are going to receive salvation. And we always push that. That is the elect within the Israelite population. No one else. they are guaranteed salvation, and they're not going to lose their salvation. So anybody saying otherwise, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. We don't care what Catholics have to say, Christians, whether they're Presbyterians, Jehovah's Witness, Baptists. If it's not thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we don't care about it. Plain and simple. And what's going on with the wars right now, especially what's going to happen later on, Lord willing, more damage happens upon that region with Iran. And hopefully more disasters happen here in America, which is Babylon the Great. Because we want to see destruction. We don't care about this world. We want to see people finally get what they rightfully deserve. So those who are righteous get a rightful reward. Those who are doing wickedly get a wicked reward. And it's going to be just like this. Let me get it. Amos 5 and 19. Let me start at 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It's going to be a terrible day to be alive in these times, man. Isaiah 66 and 18. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. Everybody's going to see the appearance of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and all the prophecies that are written aforetime about him. From the past to the current and to the future. There's so much going on, man. It's evident that we are at the end of the end times. And if you can't see it, that's all right. We're not here to force you to understand these things. If you can get it, that's great. If you don't get it, that's great too. We are indifferent to whatever people believe nowadays. Because the Lord is going to do what he prophesied would happen. And that's it. That's all. We're going to see the glory of the only begotten Son very soon. Just like all the people that scoffed at his message. They scoffed at how he actually looked. Yo, the greatest identity theft is still going on to this day. And it started around the 7th century, 8th century AD, when the Khazarians decided to convert to Judaism, which is to take our heritage and our customs and our traditions and mix it up with the Talmud. And here they are. Till this day, they fooled the whole world into believing that they're the God's chosen people. Meanwhile, they were just poking their horns up the whole time. Crazy. But don't worry, judgment is coming. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? There's going to be absolutely no brightness in it. It's going to be a time of chaos, disasters, and people really losing their shit. And shout out to the brother Arya. I was watching his live the other day. He said something that hit me like in the spirit. I've said it many times, and I'm pretty sure Akim already know. The Walking Dead is here. The idea of zombies really goes back to Levi, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, zombies are here. That is the Walking Dead. The people that are walking to and fro, the heathens, and our own people, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're actually dead right now. Why are they dead? Because they don't have the breath of life in them. They're not following the ways of our ancient forefathers. They want to celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, July 4th, Labor Day, all these paganistic days, besides following the ways of their ancient forefathers. The Tawa, our wisdom and our understanding in the sight of the nations. They're actually dead. And another thing that Arya said was that, what he said that since they're dead And these people are almost like beasts-like. That's me adding into it. They're like beasts now. That our people are not even almost human now at this point. They're walking the ways of the heathen. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're less than nothing. Like it talks about 2nd Ezra 6, Isaiah 40. So if they're like that, and when shit hits the fan, we're talking about famine, famine of water, famine of receiving the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Especially a famine, like a real, true, genuine famine. You're not going to be in a voluntary famine. You're going to be in an involuntary one. You're going to be forced into a famine. And most of the tribes, you have children. Your children have children. And you're all linked up and you're starving. You're desiring to have something in your stomach. You're going to look at your child and you're going to want to eat your own kid. Yeah. It's gonna get there. You're gonna eat your own children. You're gonna eat your own son, your own daughter, because you're already dead. It doesn't matter how you survive. You're just willing to do whatever it takes. And you're the walking dead already. You don't have the breath of life in y'all. So if that's the case, we're just waiting for you to be twice dead. You're dead right now, and you just need to get the nuke, the race war judgment, the civil war judgment, to be twice dead. Because there's no saving our people as a whole, because they want to stay stuck on things that don't matter, things that are not beneficial to the spirit. 2 Peter 2:12, but these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of those things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Good morning, beloved. Hey, shalom to Ariel. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Barakatah. I don't know if you just tuned in. I was shouting you out because you said the other day in your live how the people already dead. They the walking dead. They zombies. How much more when there's a famine? How much more when they look at their kids, their daughters, their sons, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, and they're starving. They have nothing in their stomach. They say, all right, I think it's time. I got to eat my kid. It's going to get to a time like it's going to happen. It's in prophecy. Twice dead. Worse than you've ever been. Because our people, like it says in 2 Peter 2:12, natural brute beasts. And most of them are scoffers. Most of them just sigh at us. They look at us crazy. They want to talk mad shit about the servants of the Lord, when all they're simply doing is telling you the message. And the message is, get right, get on the right-hand side of the Lord, or get left. Get left for the dust. Get left for all the hardships that the Lord is going to bring upon this earth. Let me get it, actually. I'm going to close it out with this. This was created for the wicked, those that are wicked, those that are evil. This is it. Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. The Lord literally creates spirits just to appease his anger. When somebody gets put to death in a harsh manner, the Lord allowed it to happen to appease him. See, and this is like real deep stuff, but you know, some people don't want to read, so they're not going to understand that. They'll say, oh, that Satan put my kid to death. The devil did it. Whatever. No, it was Yahweh himself that did that. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All of that was created for those that are evil, that want to go against righteousness. Shalom to Rebecca Ofer, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah, sister. And that's it. All we got to do is get right with the Lord, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next few hours. What is it? It's already 3 o'clock. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 more hours to go. Let's see if this guy Donald Trump is not playing around, or if he's just doing a whole bluff. Because all they do with lie right now is in the media. Just lie, deceive, But we'll see what happens. Lord's will, more destruction, more calamities happen upon this earth and in that region, which in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's all I really have to say through the Spirit. I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And once again, Shalom to all you Akims, you sisters. Let's just gear up, get stronger. Shalom.